What's going on this morning, family? Black Phoenix checking in, owner of Hog On Welding and the founder of Welding and Hip Hop. Wanted to give you some ideas on how to design your first $100 welding product. So, what I want to say is, I know, I know it might sound a little difficult at first to design $100 product because believe me, I was having issues when I first came up with it, and this was when I first came up with my first one. Actually, was about 2 years ago. So about 2 years ago, I came up with my first $100 product, but I had to critique it. So it took some time to get it up, but it started going. And your product can be a service. Your product can be um, a item. Your product can be a design or a seminar or a class or some type of tutoring or whatever you're doing. You just want to come up with $100 product, and that's not a lot of money. But we tend to get discouraged and think like, man, what can I sell? But there's a lot of things that we do personally as individuals. So I know everybody have something in them that they do that they enjoy doing. And a lot of times I've noticed that the greatest products, the greatest designs I have seen was from people who actually was participating in certain things. So if you got a person that does carpentry all the time and then he might be affiliated with welding too. And he like, man, if I can do this and this, he might come up with something that's real neat and valuable for the carpentry industry. Or might kill two birds in one stone and might can be another furniture industry. You see what I'm saying? So I think that coming up with something to call your own, and that's a big start because we got to pay bills. Cost of living is always going up. But to me personally, I think it should be something of value, something that people need, something that you don't have to pull teeth when you're trying to accomplish it or when you're trying to give it out. Most people, when it comes to spending certain type of money, it got to be something that is a need to them, like a big need. For me to spend $100, what is it this that what type of product is this? And this, honestly, it can be different. It can be blueprints. I have a blueprint that I sell for $100, and after looking up the prices on different designs and how they was doing it and if they sold them or how they benefited on royalties and how I had to do it. I wanted to design a print that I could sell for $100 that would actually be worth a person buying to make their own and to save a lot of time and to be able to duplicate them on a personal time and sell around their community. Now they can't sell them in a retail store, but they can still make money. I don't have an issue with that. You know what I mean? So I think that the way we network and do like yard sales, flea markets, swap meets, that's a good way to start coming up with your $100 product. Like if you walk around, you can kind of see that a lot of people I have noticed tend to follow certain niches and fads. And then you have people who just sell items, random items that you might need for, you know, anywhere from $5 and up, $3, $2, it's whatever that they got. But the goal is some just sell items. And I have seen how successful that can be because I've noticed that if for those who I know majority of us got Dollar Trees in the area, Dollar Tree stores, and you would probably think that the Dollar Tree is probably everything in there probably cheap, man. It ain't even worth going in there, but it is. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's gonna have some cheap things, but on a majority scale, it's some good things in there, and you will miss just spending that $1 that you could use to add to another design that could increase something you could sell for $100. You see what I'm saying? Because it's all about your combination of things when you're designing something, putting this and that together. So don't limit don't limit the ability or how you do it, but use things like the Dollar Tree because they open and actually they've been doing pretty good due to this whole situation that been going on with the jobs and employment and stuff. They've been maintaining. So it should let you know that certain items people gonna always get, and it's gonna come to a time where people gonna want to save and still get a decent item, and or they don't have to get a real big one. They can just get enough of what they need to hold them until they're able to do better. So I think that we should think about things that could benefit the community or the area or the trade that you're trying to improve. And like I say, a lot of the tools and the machinery that was created was designed by people who that was actually doing it. It was like, man, you know what? I wonder if I do this and do that, could I improve this product? Could I improve this service or improve this item? You know what I mean? So I think that we should think like that too. There's many things around, maybe on the truck, those who go camping, those who like to go off-roading. I know there's many different ideas, those who hunt. I mean, I know that there's many things that you could come up with that maybe could improve, or maybe you have an idea. And I know a lot of us, sometimes we have great ideas and we'll just sit on them. I got some partners, man, I have talked to that had some great ideas, and I'm like, man, they probably would have been rich if they would have, put some money behind it. But that's what you have to do, because even when you not paying anyone and you just got this idea, you still got to put money behind it. And I think that's like the hang up with some people, because they don't want to believe they willing to put money in their image. Oh, you see me, I look good. But when it comes to making money and having some financial riches, and to be having to really create some generational wealth, you know, they kind of stumble when it comes to investing and investing in themselves in a way where it's going to take time for the return, but you will get a return on your investment. Normally, once you buy clothing, vehicles, you have to constantly invest in it. So if it ain't making you money, it's most definitely costing you money. Like, I have a um, uncle actually that I went to go visit, and his wife just bought a new Cadillac, nice car too, man. I want to say it was a CTS, but pulling out on certain place, they had a low deal. They kind of sent low to the ground. Part of her, um, I want to say that maybe the bumper thing at the bottom, well, not the bumper, but the ground effect. Yeah, that's what it was. Kind of got hit, so it dropped down. So we got to come up with something to push it back up, without going to the dealer and spending $1,200, $1,300. You know what I'm saying? It's like ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, just how certain improvements can make you money, helping someone, from having to go through the extreme. But like I say, they got that nice car. And sometimes, we invest in things that won't cost us money. He said he ain't had the car 2 weeks and that happened. And to me, we get things, and when you get them, you like, ooh, look what I got, and you don't want nothing, and then it happened because you spent your money or you worked hard or whatever it is, and then you're like, dang, I spent all of that for that. And because we're so caught up on earned income, and I want to say this before I let you go, because I'm not knocking earned income, because we got to get some income. You see what I'm saying? We got to earn it somehow. But the goal is to turn that earned income into passive income, in ways to create you money, in ways to create you dividends, and to multiply it. And having a product that you can sell for $100, a design, designing your own, it's going to help you find your independence. It's going to really help you get to the point where you don't need the system. You don't need to earn it. You didn't earn enough money where you now can invest in your products and keep things rolling. And I think that's what we have to do. That's very valuable to gaining our independence and really becoming financially stable. So that way we can invest our money in our in our careers and our music and our production. If we're engineers and into your equipment, being an artist into better props or whatever, video quality, better sounds. I think that learning how to create a product, you know, learning how to get the trade, learn the trade because this welding trade, man, I can't tell you like this is a gateway to many other doors. So don't just get caught up in thinking, oh man, I got to do this to do that. I know his brothers are scared to get burnt when they weld, so you don't have to stick weld. You can TIG weld. Ain't no flames. You can do something and still make money. You got people that like to be inside. You got people that like to go outside. Hey man, whatever you like to do, just don't limit yourself in creating your $100 product. Learning something that could actually transcend your life. Can get you to another level. You're gonna transcend. I mean, instead of go downhill. I think that it's gonna allow you to multiply like in ways you can imagine, man. Because I've been there and I'm from the streets, and me learning this has always allowed me to survive when other my friends and associates and people that I just knew had hard times, and because I could always get some earned income somewhere because I had a trade that made me flexible. So I used it like a ATM sometimes because I didn't even really want the job, but maybe things got tight and I had to go do this to pay this, whatever you have to do, but you got that trade. You got a way to cash in to get you something. And then once you do, you have to know your value. So make sure you know your value, learn what your value is, learn what the pay is, put some time into learning the field, learning how to actually make the money. You know what I mean? So I just want to say um, there's many ways to do this. So don't get intimidated. Don't feel like, oh man, I got to create something brand new. You might create something that exists and makes it better. Or you might create something completely out the norm and sell it. It might be artwork. It might be something to help another piece of equipment that's a great need. So man, I bought this to help this, and look what I got going on now. You know what I mean? So don't limit yourself. Just make it happen, man. Just make it happen. You know what I mean? That's why I like to say hog on is to hustle over grounded obstacles naturally because there's going to be some obstacles in our way when we're building our independence that we can't avoid. It's going to be some things that you just gonna have to go around. It's gonna be some mountains you might just have to climb. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. But regardless, we're gonna get our hog on with it. Like we're not going to take no for an answer. We're gonna come up with something because the way I feel like people been creating things in technology and our living has been enhanced since America, especially the 21st century. Like things are like getting better and better. So there's many ways. We just got to stop thinking it's going to be the normal way. We just got to get out that box and really make things happen. So I just wanted to say this morning, man, that I feel like we should work on designing that $100 product. And, once you design your $100 product, find people that need it, or while you designing it, find your customers, your clients. I think that's even smarter to kill several birds in one stone. I like to multitask, so that way while you're working on something, you're trying to figure out and also have a target of who needs what you got to offer. Hold on.